Recently we discussed in a video a holiday event that wouldn't be returning to Destiny 2, the Revelry. But today we're going to take a look at what used to be a somewhat monthly event in Destiny 2, the Faction Rallies. And ever since Season 4 of Destiny 2, aka Forsaken, Trials of the Nine and Faction Rallies were going on hiatus. Trials of the Nine would never return, and would be replaced with Trials of Osiris a year and a half later during Season of the Worthy. But Faction Rallies never made a return, and likely never will. Let's take a look at what went wrong with factions in Destiny 2. At launch, Faction Rallies were a similar event to Iron Banner, but for PvE content. It happened almost once a month and lasted 1 week. You could pledge your loyalty to one of 3 factions: New Monarchy, Future War Cult, and Dead Orbit. Almost everything you did in the game after you pledged would grant you faction tokens: raids, strikes, lost sectors, public events, and so on. Each faction would offer a unique weapon if they were the winning faction for the event, meaning whichever one had the most tokens turned into them by the end of the week. If you were pledged to the winning faction, then the reward was 1,000 Glimmer to obtain, but everyone else would need to spend 50,000 Glimmer to acquire it. This system immediately showed some glaring issues. For one thing, it encouraged players to only pledge to the faction that had the best reward for the event, so they could get it for 1,000 Glimmer. For two, factions were no longer permanent like they were in Destiny 1, so they didn't have that constant passive progression people loved from that game. In Season 2, faction rallies weren't all that changed. You could earn ornaments now, which was nice, they didn't look half bad, but as for gameplay, things stayed the same. Farming lost sectors over and over was the best method, especially this one on Titan. In Season 3, faction rallies would be changed a little bit. After pledging, you'd get this small little cosmetic orb that showed which faction you were representing, and factions had reputation up to rank 50. The reward for reaching rank 50 would grant you one exotic weapon catalyst: the Sunshot, Graviton Lance, or Sweet Business catalysts. Faction rallies would take place 3 times during Season 3, so it was possible to obtain all of the catalysts if you were willing to grind each time the event came around, and boy was it a grind. Reaching rank 50 took close to 15 hours of grinding for the event, if you were being efficient. Faction rallies were a bit of a failure, and it's a shame because factions worked just fine in Destiny 1. Great passive progression containing some amazing cosmetics and vanity items, and the occasional god tier weapons. Even exotic class items which could be obtained through a quest once reaching a certain level with them. In Destiny 2, faction rallies were a good idea on paper, but the cracks began to show once put into practice. All factions really needed were a permanent place in the game, and then faction rallies could provide double XP gains for the faction reputation for the duration of the event or something. And then the reward could be the winning faction would get one weapon, not 3 separate ones where we pledge based on that weapon, but pledged based on our own made up loyalty. It really didn't need to be much deeper than that. We'd see the event a total of 8 times before they would be removed for good in the game in Forsaken, with a promise that the event would return at some point, even saying that it would only be on hiatus for the beginning of Season 4, but being that we're in Season 18 right now, they're about 14 months too late. Faction rallies have seemingly been replaced though with the introduction of Guardian games, as the events are very similar in their design. And Guardian games isn't necessarily the best event in Destiny 2, in fact I think it's just as bad as the original faction rallies, and it only comes once a year. So I would have much preferred seeing Bungie just hammer out the faction rally issues and made factions permanent for the game. But Bungie's made it pretty clear that factions would never be returning, as Luke Smith confirmed prior to Season 10 that faction rallies isn't something they wanted to work on and received little engagement, and the weapons and armor would be added to the loot pool. Later, in Season of the Splicer, Lakshmi, the future War Cult vendor, would be killed off, in a pretty great way at least, and the other factions fled the tower, pretty much solidifying the idea that they won't be returning to the game. What happened to factions in Destiny 2 is a real shame because they were only a few tweaks away from being just fine. Like I said, my idea, just make them permanent passive progression, and then faction rallies doubled XP gains and gave the winner a unique weapon that could also be purchased for 50,000 Glimmer by the losers. But let me know what you guys think. Do you wish factions were still in the game? And what are your thoughts on their replacement with Guardian games? Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.